When one thinks of a type of medium being classified as mecha, the image of two giant robots brawling it out might come to mind. While such scenarios are often the norm, those that spend at least a little amount of time dabbling in the genre will know this is actually not everything fans are watching for. In this video, I will seek to dispel the common misconception that mecha is all about the fighting robots, with other aspects of the narrative taking a backseat to the action. I'll be covering anime shows, movies, and even Hollywood movies. Okay, so I'm sure some of you are wondering, well, if it's not all about the fighting robots, then what's it about, Bao? Well, that's easy. It's the same thing any other compelling story has: likable and relatable characters and often good plots. Let's start by using two very popular mecha anime series as an example that even most non-mecha fans I've come across love: Code Geass and Gurren Lagann. I've seen people tout them as two of the greatest anime of the past decade and sometimes of all time. But for whatever reason, I've often seen these same people either say that they would never try other mecha anime, or that they're surprised mecha shows to focus on characters. And I have to wonder, where does this negative stigma of the mecha genre come from? Yes, Code Geass and Gurren Lagann do focus on characters and are great shows for it. But these shows are not the exception within the genre. I can assure you that they're the norm. Moments like when Simon finds his courage, triumphantly stating that he's his own man and won't live in the shadow of his brother anymore. Or when Lelouch first dons the mask of Zero and declares war on his homeland of Britannia. Iconic moments like these that become etched into our minds for years to come, where we completely lose ourselves in what's on screen and grow attached to these characters in the process, can be found everywhere in the genre. Like in the final battle of Macross, Do You Remember Love?, where the warring humans and Centrality race work together to take down their common foe after finding a common understanding, all while Lin Min Mei is singing a sorrowful yet hopeful song in the background. Or in Gundam 00, when the two warring sides work together for even just a moment to save civilians not involved in their fight. All beautiful moments have left a lasting impact on me and many others, and they were all in mecha shows. I argue that for almost any piece of work in the genre, the mechs themselves are more of a catalyst to help the plot progress and the characters grow, and I found no show that better exemplifies this than Boqueron. I had to delve into some spoilers here, but Boqueron is an anime about a group of 15 kids that are forced to pilot a giant robot one by one to help defend the world from repeated attacks by other robots with kids in them from different universes caught up in the same unfortunate circumstances. The catch is that every pilot dies after their turn, and this goes on until every kid has had a turn and there are no survivors left. It's by far the most depressing anime I've ever watched, but the storytelling is so good that I can't help but love it. Seeing how every kid reacts differently to it being their turn to pilot the mech, and knowing what fate awaits them, was very real and gripping. Some tackle it head on with a smile, while others run away in desperation despite knowing escape was impossible. But the key point I'm making here is that all this is done through them piloting the mech. Them piloting it, and the battles they go through are the catalyst through which these kids and their stories are told through. And while this is the best example I've come by, I can say with confidence that pretty much every piece of work I've come by in the genre is the same. In almost every Gundam show, mobile suits are just a tool through which war is waged, and the focus is usually on how no side is ever completely in the right, with a black and white justice, how civilians, soldiers, and entire countries live through these times of conflict. Their hopes, dreams, ideologies, prejudices, and more. All this is told by these giant robots being used to wage war. How can anyone that's even tried an episode or two of these shows even think that characters and plot take a backseat? Hell, even Hollywood has managed to get this right. Look at Pacific Rim and Pacific Rim Uprising. The story of mankind constantly on the brink of ruin by giant monsters. Humanity had to build giant robots piloted by multiple people at once to combat them. And you know what piloting one of these entails? You have to mentally link with your partner to operate it. All your deepest fears, memories, dreams, and insecurities laid bare before another person you might not even know or like. I'll say it again, storytelling using the mechs as catalysts. And I'll give it to some of you naysayers. Certain shows do put the action at the forefront, like Zoid's New Century Zero or Gundam Build Fighters. But I've never seen a show that sacrificed other aspects because of the action. And some of you may say, well, okay, maybe it isn't all about the mechs, but I'm still not a fan of them. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. You like what you like. I just hope this video will help someone out there be a little more open-minded and dispel this negative stigma about one of my favorite genres. There's some amazing mecha shows, movies, and games out there, full of captivating worlds and amazing stories for you to discover and fall in love with. All you have to do is give them a try. Congrats on making it all the way to the end of the video. I hope you had as much fun watching as I did making it. If you want to see more of me, think about either subscribing or checking out more of my videos. If you want to make sure you never miss an upload, click the bell icon, join the notification squad. That way you'll always be notified whenever I upload something. Thank you to all my patrons in the rookie tiers and up. Blake, Raheem, Amber, thank you guys so much for your continued support. And if you would like to become a patron as well, you can go down to the link in the description and see what rewards you get for doing so. Thank you guys so much.